spirit of truth, but he said that we must worship God in spirit and in truth. So I would think that we would want to know what it means to worship God in spirit or in truth. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight and see if we can open it up a little bit for you so you may have a better understanding. Maybe you've got a perfect understanding of it. But if not, maybe we can help you, give you a little light on the subject tonight. What does it mean to worship in spirit and truth? Sometimes before we can understand what we must do, we need to understand what we must not do. Amen. So the first thing we want to do is tell you what it's not. What is worshiping God in spirit and truth? What is it not? Because I believe that many places of worship are not worshiping God in spirit or in truth. Most people in the world today worship God through some form of a festival or some sort of a feast or some sacrifice or some ceremony or some religious symbol. If you go into some churches, you'll find statues which are really idols all around their church. You might find other people that have something on the dash of their car that they believe that will protect them from having accidents. Some people will go out and bury a statue in the lawn in their backyard because if they want to sell their house, they believe that they bury a certain saint in their backyard that their house will sell. And of course, there's just enough times that it'll work. So then they're more sure than ever that statue had caused them to sell their house. We know that certain religions worship God through festivals. Many of the Jewish people still worship God through festivals. And all of the festivals that they originally were there to reveal to them of who Jesus was, or who the Christ was when he'd come. But nonetheless, they had begun to put faith in their festival rather than in the Christ that was going to come. And so when he came, of course, they did not recognize him. And it's amazing how people get attached to different kinds of festivals or feasts, or there's even churches that do sacrifices. And of course, we know that Satan church, so on Sunday, they bring out some of his old tapes or whatever they had, his old sermons, or read it. And so they worship him rather than Jesus. And nonetheless, they call themselves Christians. We know some churches, Christian churches, that go through foot washing, and they make it a